welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 41. Now, last episode we did finish our library. You can kind of see it looming in the background back there. I do have some decor done in there now. It's not a whole lot, but I have done a little bit. And I've even gotten some of the branches done, or not done, but figured out on the tree. You can see two new branches there and there, as well as the lower hanging branches have been figured out. As well as, if you can kind of see back there, I've done some more of the lamppost and figure out where more of these stick out pieces are going to go over there. Ignore the vines. They've kind of just taken over my attic. First, we're going to stop by the library so that I can show you guys what I've done interiorly. Now, as you know, we did finish this exterior last episode. I've been working on the interior now. These slabs and stuff are going to go across every single one of these, so these books aren't just going to look like they're floating. They're going to be like little shelves. But I do have some lecterns in here. There's going to be 3 of them, and they're going to tell the story of this village. What it's been through, its history, what type of people live here. So if you want a character that kind of lives in this area, if you want to put like a character concept in the comments, I'll put your character in here. I'll put it in one of these history books that I can just take, write in it. I can add you in here. So you'll be a part of the world. And then up here, I've got like some bookshelves lining in here. This I eventually want to be like a little desk area, but I haven't gotten this desk in here yet because I ran out of slabs, as you can tell, downstairs. I have a little table and some more bookshelves in here. And I haven't done anything upstairs yet. Upstairs, I'm wanting this to kind of be like an observatory area, so I'm wanting like some of this to be like step ups, so you can kind of see exteriorly what's going on. So these stairs are actually just going to frame the entire room, probably. And of course we have our balconies. I think this episode, I want to focus on getting other things cleaned up. We spent all last episode doing this. So I don't want any of the focus to be here today. I want the focus to be elsewhere. Okay. Just golems everywhere. But I want some more focus elsewhere. I want the tree to get some more done on it. Probably not going to finish it because this has been an ongoing project for a while. But we do have some more branches figured out down in here, as well as up top. Some more branches kind of figuring out. So we have the top layer of the tree kind of figured out. And then we also have some more of these I gotta get done. The dock is just probably going to be my ever-growing project because it is so large. So, step number 1, actually. I want to get... I said this kind of in passing last episode. Oh my god, the sheep. The sheep, man, the sheep. I said this in passing last time, but I was thinking about putting a well up here. I think I'm actually going to do that. Like, put another kind of walkway in this area. And since we have a fountain down here, putting a well up here somewhere? Maybe? I know, like, concept-wise, it's not going to match. What the heck happened to you? Okay, I gotta get him fixed, but I think I want to shove a well up here somewhere. Okay, and there we go. We have a nice little well. I did put a divot around the exterior of this. I may continue that all the way around later. But for right now, I still have to get this wall in place. So I don't know quite where I want to put that. But it is just a pretty simple well design. Just goes down a few blocks. This is actually, it's touching my underground room. I actually broke into it while I was building this. It's right there. So I couldn't dig it down any farther. But here it is. Nice, pretty well. Has steps and all that. I fear for when I set free some of the villagers, because this could become a hazard. But for the time being, that's how that's going to sit. And it does bring in the design that this is another focal point of the city. Could probably lay out a few more market stands through here as you're working your way up to the nether portal. Maybe another house there. Make this area back here maybe some more housing through here. Maybe, but that's for a later date. Keep in mind, I'm not making any concrete plans for right now. If I see something small and I want to add it, that's fine. Like the well, that's fine. But as far as huge numbers of buildings, that doesn't cut it for right now. I think the next thing I want to work on is getting some of the tree done. Now, like I said, it's not going to get done today, so I'm only going to do a little bit of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Okay, let's get some more of this tree done. Now I'm debating, do I want to do upper branches or lower branches today? And I think we're doing upper branches, because it's going to be easier to get these upper branches done than it is for the lower branches. Okay, and there's the tops of those branches kind of figured out. Now to get down without dying. Okay, and there's a chunk of the tree done. Now the tree I'm only going to do in like small chunks, because my brain can only stand so much of placing leaves over and over and over again. So this is going to be done in like small bits and pieces as I have time for it. Now to move on to something else. My next thing is focusing on getting my librarians moved. Now, if you don't know, the whole reason I built the library was to get my librarians out of there. But now, since I've changed up kind of how the library functions, I'm going to change where my villagers are going to sit. So I'm going to use this area here as kind of like an underground area to get underneath the library, which is where I'm going to keep the villagers. I'm going to try and keep as much area that's above ground as possible. So this is going to have deep slate walls because that's what I've already started with. I'm just going to continue these deep slate down and do deep slate framing this as well. And then keep this log support going down. Okay, I think that is about enough space for me. I am going to go ahead and carve out this wall as well, because this wall is going to end up being deep slate as well. Or I may just go ahead and carve this one back too, so I can have villagers on this wall as well. This is actually where the building turns interiorly. So this is just going to end up being my back wall. And then I can have villagers lined up here as well. Now, I've got to get some dark oak for this, just 3 pieces, and then as much deep slate as what I have. Now, I don't have a whole bunch of deep slate. I don't even have a full stack of deep slate yet. So, I do need to go strip mining for deep slate, probably off camera, while I'm just grinding away, because I do have a weekend off. So hopefully I can get some stuff pre-recorded as well as get some grind done on this world. Go. That's okay. Not a whole lot is done, but I did manage to frame out here as well. Now these aren't changed over because I'm actually going to be placing the stairs there. So I need to go grab the stairs as well as any extra deep slate I have, including slabs, to see if I can get as much of this filled in as possible. Okay, and there we go. An actual staircase into here. Now the rest of this space will be covered in flowers, and there will be a path block system back here. So just doing this just so we can get back here, and then I'm going to end up covering this in leaves so there isn't another like back way here. You have to come through this pathway to get here. And then this is where all my librarians are going to sit. Now I can't get them out of there just quite yet, but I do want to start setting up like some little pods for them. I forget exactly how many I have, actually. And here, let's go ahead and give them a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have any up here, do I? No, just 5. Okay. Now, I'm not assigning any more professions to the ones that are jobless. I'm not adding any professions to them for the time being. because I want them to remain jobless so they can stay in the breeder. I don't have any professions I necessarily need right now, which is the reason I'm doing that. It's just to kind of keep them out the way so that I can work with them later. Okay, now this is the start. I do have to get back here and remove these. But these are going to be like little archways in between here, so that I don't have these torches just hanging out on the ground. I'm actually going to have lanterns hanging from the ceiling here. And then each one of these pods is going to have a villager. I can use dirt and stuff to get them in there properly. But for the time being, this is how they're going to sit. I'm not going to move any of the villagers down here today, because I want to finish building this out and get an iron golem deployed down here before I do anything. Whether that means dragging one of them down here or just, I don't know, just kind of leading a guy down here to vibe. But I just need an iron golem down here, and one that will stay down here. So that's probably not going to stay that way. I'm going to drag an iron golem down there and then turn that into full blocks so he can't get back out. Because the last thing I want is another iron golem joining the rave that's happening over here. Next thing I'm going to kind of work on is getting, well, basically some more terraforming done. I need to get some of these areas figured out. Like this I don't like. I need to get this figured out to be an actual staircase. That I prefer more. And then probably move some more of this wall over. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to figure out the terraforming over here. Okay. Grass is going to grow back here. But I've made the path a little bit more cohesive. There we go. And kind of fix that up. But I've made the path a little bit more cohesive, and there is a little bit more railing here so you don't just wander off. I do need to build some more wall here and possibly build this up and put up another farm here. Okay. This is a bit more space built up. I'm eventually going to have some sort of wall coming up through here. So this probably isn't going to stay dirt. Well, correction, these will probably stay dirt, but the rest of this that's grass block here is probably going to transform into more of that wall coming along here. And then this pathway, and then I'm going to have another one of these leaf fences along here, probably with an entryway here, near about. Oh, I didn't want to dig that up. I wanted to path block that. Not that either. I am clicking every single wrong button I can. But I'm probably going to have just another field of some kind here. I know I had beetroot down in there. I took the beetroot out because I've been using this to get enough wheat to trade to my villagers. So I'm probably going to put another beetroot farm up here. Or maybe even potatoes. I don't know quite yet. And then I need to figure out another building to build here. And I'm just going to leave it off here. I know I didn't do a whole lot in this episode, but it was getting started to do a whole lot in the next episode. We have to move some villagers. We have to get an area ready for the villagers because it's started, but it isn't completely done just yet. So we have to move the villagers, get the area ready for the villagers, and we even have some more dock pieces that need to get done. So with that, I will be saying goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!